Yeah. Hello everyone. I am Thayaparan Sabapathy, and I've been staying in this Ashram in my parents' house. Now it's my sister's house, and way back from 49. And I've been going to this ashram also from that time. And one of the beautiful things about this ashram is this. It is a very open-minded ashram, although it is named after Swami Vivekananda. They established about 100 years ago, 100 over years ago. And it was open in the sense that it's not any particular spiritual organization. That's the beauty of it, I found. For instance, over these years, from the time I can remember, I remember somewhere back in 52, Sudananda Bharati was here. Then Divine Life Society started here in 1954. My father was involved, so I also came here. My brother and sister too joined. Then Swami Sadananda, Swami Vishnu Devananda on the way to Canada came here. Then Chinmayananda Mission started here. Chinmayananda, Swami Bhumananda, Swami Shantananda, Temple of Finance. The major organization like Sai Baba organization started here. Then Prem Rawat, the Guru Maharaj group, they started here. So many major cultural and religious and spiritual organizations started here. This was a hall which you can say is a very spiritually, there's a spiritual environment about this place. Now, not only spiritual, cultural also. Cultural, in the sense that there are a lot of music recitals here and functions and things like that happen over these years. And now, this particular history, there's a particular holistic feeling about this place. Meaning, not only the main ashram, the surroundings also. You know, the openness of the surroundings. Just imagine if now it's already a concrete jungle with the tall buildings. Just imagine some more. We are going to lose that spiritual, holistic feeling, you know. At least this is an ashram which is open to everyone, and we should have that feeling and carry on that particular, what do you call it, things like the spiritual and religious and cultural organization. In fact, you can also say other religions like Buddhists have come here, Christians. I think there was a time when there was like inter-religious talks were held here. Oh my God, a lot of things will happen here. Over the time, I know there are some of things which I can't immediately remember. And what I hear is that since this was a sort of a central place in KL, or rather in Malaysia too, this was the unique ashram. There might have been other ashrams, I'm not sure, but nothing measurable and big as this place. And the people here was the surrounding areas. When Swami Vivekananda came around in the 19th century, late 19th century to Penang, these people were already spiritually inclined and they wanted to start off this ashram to carry on Swami Vivekananda's mission as well as a spiritual mission, a religious mission, a cultural mission. I think we should maintain that. You know, we should have the full sunlight on the ashram, the full moonlight on the ashram, the full starlight on the ashram. Just imagine if it's covered. So we don't all that. You know. Please, this is a beautiful place. It's one of the heritages for the Indians, if you want, or Hindus, if you like. And I think we should keep it up.
Mr. Sabapathy, just want to add, how did the ashram come about in Brickfields?
I hear that the surrounding, these people are staying in other quarters, this quarter area, a lot of Hindus and mainly Sri Lankan Tamils were here, but also the others. And they were very spiritually involved in things. And I said to Swami Vivekananda came here, some of them got inspired by this. And they want to build a place like this, a holistic ashram like this. In fact, the Swami Vivekananda's statue incidentally was not there initially. It was only built in, I think, 96, I think. It was a nice plot of land, but it's okay, Swami Vivekananda's ashram. As I told you, it does not belong to any particular group. It's open. That's the beauty of it, the universality. And so we must keep on that, and that's why I know it. I mean, this must have been going on for over these years, although I hear from others, older people. That's why they carried on this tradition of having all the different religious people come here and talk, all the religious, spiritual functions, everything carried on here. It's not only a particular group. And
so this ashram was actually a center for spirituality and cultural.
Yes.
For the community.
Yes.
Not only for Brickfields people. I mean, people
for the
from
community.
Central,
yes. Yeah.
all over.
In fact, this was a unique place. This was unique. I think other places they might have it in schools or something. This was ashram, and not only that. The beautiful thing is they also ran schools. You know? And that's all.
So the school is the focus of the ashram's objective, education.
Education, yes.
Yeah.
That was as well as, of course, cultural and spiritual awakening and among the community and others. And it was like a center. It was a major center. Like I heard in other places, they did have small centers, like in the schools or something like that. But this was an ashram, which is unique. And of course, temples are there also, temples and places like that. But this was an ashram.
So
in fact, to tell you, I forgot to mention. Sorry, Swami Satyananda, the founder of Pure Life Society, I remember him in 1950, his room, the office room, on the left side, I remember seeing him, he was staying here. So he also started from here, Swami Satyananda.
So that was actually the origin of a lot of other cultural and spiritual movements in Malaysia.
Yes, major. So, but there are major first, you can say, public talks and functions were held here.
Yeah.
As I told you, Divine Life Society, Chinmaya Mission, Sai Brahma Mission, Guru Maharaj, Bhumananda, Swami Bhumananda, and so many others have started here. Because this was open, the beautiful thing about this committee, earlier committees, they were quite broad-minded.
Right.
Somehow I forgot to mention, Kribananda Variyar, Mani Pavadar, great scholars like them, all came and they stayed here and gave a talk. I forgot about that here.
And then, how about the funds? Was it, did any one particular funder fund the thing, or was it a community effort?
It was run by a committee, I think, and for example, sometimes some Swamis come, sometimes they do collection, and sometimes
this so mainly it's collection from the community.
Communities,
and one or two
people, yes, I think so.
Do you remember any prominent person that actually took the trustees the responsibilities to the ground? From
those days,
yeah.
I can't remember because I was too young at that time.
Okay.
But I suppose so that there
right.
a number of them. Ramanand Chettiar was also involved here, and I remember Mr. Arvon, Mr. Kandya, also number of them.
Yeah. So is it correct to say it's not only a Jaffna Tamil sort of a place, or it's also lots of others?
I mean for everyone.
Yes. Because I just wanted to get your idea.
That's why it was not any particular. It's very open. It's a holistic. That means it's meant for every spiritual organizations, every group. There are no grouping as such per se. Everybody was allowed to come there. That's a nice thing about this ashram, no?
Yeah. Could you also talk a little bit about Brickfields at that time? How different Brickfields was?
Of course. It's not like a concrete jungle now with a tall building jungle, if you want. Tall buildings. And in fact, I was studying it. I studied at Tamil school initially. That was in 1949, I remember. In the Vivekananda Tamil school, the block where the two buses of Vivekananda Ramakrishna, that building was not there. Earlier there was another building, I remember studying there. Then, when they wanted to build that, we were shifted to the Vivekananda Ashram. So the Vivekananda Ashram is also a school. When I attended classes there.
So you attended classes at
Classes
the
there.
Vivenda Ashram?
Yes. Attended classes, I still remember. And then I remember still when the General Templar got killed by the communists. We had a function there. I remember as a schoolboy, small schoolboy, I remember that.
They had the function.
In the ashram, they had observance of silence or something like that. I quite forgot. But I vaguely remember. General Templar 52. Then in 52, when the school was ready, in the 2 years we were in the ashram, I was one of the first students in the school, and way back in 52. Then only I left. So the Vivenda Ashram has played a big part. Kribandavanya and I remember Manipal, the launch used to come and stay. There was a small building by the side of the ashram, like a residence, small for people coming and staying.
It's still there?
No.
It's not there?
It's not there.
Okay, it's not there.
It's not there. It was there last time. Those of us who can remember that. Some of the Swamis, I remember Swami Chinmayananda staying there. No, Swami Pranamananda stayed there. Divine Life Society president, he was staying there. At the ashram, they built that. And number of friends, they built a hostel. I think that's good enough, Have an open ground at the back, the courtyard. It's like an ashram. And we can do a lot of wonders, I think. Give people a chance to think, I'm sure they'll come out of that. So instead of, as I told you, the sunlight, the moonlight and the starlight must be on the ashram. Nothing above. And to my knowledge, that's what I can think of. A lot of many of us grew up around here. For me, any Swamis, anybody come, I'll go there. Any cultural function, I'll be there.
Yeah.
That was one beauty of it because house was nearby. And,
do you feel that it's a loss for younger generation not to have a place like this?
Yeah, you must have. Apparently, I hear now many people want to have meetings and gatherings of the holistic feeling, holistic type. This place can provide that. Well, of course, now there are many other centers and all. But I hear people are still searching. Hey, I hear people saying, I need a place to go and have a talk or do some meditation or some cultural activities or spiritual activities. And they see the halls are full and all this. And so I think they can play a big part.
Yeah. Do you feel that the ashram is very unique among all the other spiritual centers?
Yeah. Unique, first of all, is age-wise. Over 100 over years. Now, of course, the other ashrams came later. There are other ashrams of God. Even as I told you, the Divine Life Society started here.
Yeah.
They were there for quite some time until they built the ashram in Butter Caves. Then Swami Satyananda was here. Before he started the Pure Life Society ashram. These are some of the few big ashrams I can think of. And others and all this. It was a central place.
So is it safe to say that if we allow redevelopment of this ashram, then all other ashrams in the country are in jeopardy because this is the oldest.
Yes.
And having the oldest ashram being redeveloped or relocated, that means that power that can actually reach out to all other
all other
heritage locations.
Yeah, one more thing. I mean, see, like temples and all this. They say the power centers. Every some temples and all. This ashram also is sort of like a power center, if you want to say it. And for the last 22 decades, I think nothing much has happened. I'm not sure, but a little bit here and there. Yoga used to be held there, yoga for very long. And other than we made dance, of course, dances were at the back of the Sabha, Gopal Shetty, and all this thing started. And so, as a sort of a spiritual power center, I think you should maintain that. What's the word for it? That atmosphere.
Like an energized location.
Energized. And the openness, So it's surrounded by, as I told you, jungle, at least have an openness. No, you can say Buddhist temple also has some open area, but this is ashram. You should maintain that. Put more trees, greenery. Then people have a retreat in the middle of a concrete jungle. It would be nice to have people that can have functions and retreat and all these things, And
Yeah, okay, just the final. Do you have any, like, one sentence you can just describe the ashram?
I think
The ashram?
this has to be maintained as a holistic center, devoid of all the concreteness which should not come in place. That's the only thing. I'm a little bit sentimental though, because I grew up around that from young. And my spiritual inclination started there. As you can see, the inspirations from all the Swamis and all who come there. So many of them, all great people, scholars. I hope this will maintain that. Thank you very much.